Welcome back to the channel, Oscar Overlander. In this episode, I will show you the beginning of the habitat build. But first things first. By the end of last year, 2022, I was hoping to have 100 subscribers, which I reached with your guys' help. You know, I really appreciate it. I'm very thankful for that. When I posted that video about the subframe, you know, 7-8 days ago, I gained 30 subscribers. That motivates to keep going, you know, like I opened the channel 1.5 years ago. And I grinded for 100 subscribers 1.5 years, you know. And in the last week, I basically gained 30 subscribers. Well, big shout out to you guys. Thank you very much. So please consider subscribing and leave me a like. It helps the channel tremendously, you know. I mean, everybody says that, right? It helps the algorithm, but it is really true. It's really true. So, and before we get into the footage I have from the beginning of the habitat build, I wanna say two things. The first one is, in the past I always did something, you know, like a battery box or a subframe. I basically started doing it, took some footage and collected the footage all the way until this object was done, right? So now I will change that in the future because, for example, this habitat is such a big task, right? I cannot wait until this is done and show you that then. So what I do now, I will try to post a video every week and let you participate on the progress. Okay? So just that you know, I will show footage, you know, along the build, you know, like piece by piece or progress by progress. Okay? So this is number one. And number two is, again, thank you for the comments. And the most of them I answered them right away below the video, you know. But there is a few I didn't answer, but I let the people know I will integrate that into this video. So on the end of this video, I will answer a few questions, you know, like from subscribers. That is the last piece for the bottom frame, right there. That will be the entrance, like that. This, like so. If nothing is now an angle, but so. And this here. So that's basically it. That's the habitat. Here's the shower, toilet, kitchen, my bed, my wife's bed, and the seating area. Now we have all the profiles merged together, basically in the corner. Here's the entrance, as you see. This one is just a long run as a guide to have everything in line here, you know, but yeah, everything is square and leveled in height. So we did it again with the builder's level, bring it up and down, like up and down, you know, all 4 important points, and these 4 points are bang on the millimeter on the same height. So we have a base to build on, right? And also the long run here in the back is, of course, that length sagging. That's why we supported them there. Also, that point is exactly on the same height as these corner points. And then we measured the diagonal, and after it matched basically on the 16th, you know, we put those cross braces in here to secure the angle. So everything is rectangular. It's a true angle. Now I have the first layer, the base frame basically completely Not completely welded, just from the top and from the sides. I can't weld from the underside. I have to lift the frame up, but I don't want to move them right now because it is all height adjusted. So what I've done is I put the second layer on top of it, as you can see here, and I clamped all the parts to it, to the lower frame, so it matches the lower frame. The upper frame matches the lower frame. Now right there, and that is basically the jog. Now I have to add this connector here over to that one, and then is the upper rectangular frame done, and I have to put the roof trusses in there. Yeah, that's where I am right now. So rafters are cut, so just have to weld them in. But I trapped my welding machine. I have to lift it over here, kind of by myself. Now I have them raised up so I can weld and grind, as well paint from the underside. Right, that's what I'm doing right now. Painting the underside of the bottom part, that's that here. You know, that's where I am right now. Yeah, because when I put it back down, then I can't get to it for the time of the build. Could be a year. And this is where I'm at now. So I got this all, the main frame on the outside, I got them all completely welded and cleaned up, you know, and the underside is, as you saw, is painted, yeah, of that bottom part. And then the post, and then the roof frame. The roof frame is basically completely done because I had to lift them up, and it's kind of tough to work up there, so that's why I finished them at the bottom. And then I lifted them up and rested them yesterday with help of my sons, you know, up on the posts here. I have to finish the fourth one today. But as you can see here, let me step back a little. You can see here there's a cutout, an opening, yeah, that is for the skylight. The skylight in the bedroom, because we're right now here in the bedroom. Here, the distance from basically from the outside to that one, I needed that one right in that position because this is exactly the width of one one aluminum sheet. From that to that, 48 inches. So for the main frame, which is built around the circumferences, yeah, I used a profile that's 2 inch by 3 inch, 50 by 75 millimeter, and the wall thickness is 1/8 or 3 millimeter. Okay, that's what I used on the circumference. They are cut, as you can see here, 45 degree in all corners. And then for the post going up, and also the roof rafters, I'll show you that in a moment. You can see them here. The roof rafters here, yeah. These are 2 by 2 inch, also 3 millimeter wall, means 1/8, yeah. Or in millimeter, 50 by 50 millimeter, 3 millimeter wall. Again, 2 by 2 and 1/8 wall, just to have imperial and metric right. Okay. So yeah, that's what I use the material. I know I will get some comments about the weight, but we can talk about that later, okay? Now, let's get on with the questions from the comment section. Chris Daniel asked if I would have looked into other frame types, and also in specific the torsion-free frame. So yes, I did. I looked at all sorts of frames, what is possible for an expedition truck. And I decided to install this type of frame with the springs on the sides, right? And the tight connection in the back. Because the build-up height is very low. My profile on top of my car frame is basically 6 inches. And that's it. And from there up in height is basically just the height of this Habitat frame. You see there, and the 3 inches, right? So that is by far the lowest subframe you can build, in my opinion. If somebody knows better than that, you know, like, let me know in the comments below. But a torsion-free frame, I looked at them, and you have basically a pivot point, a bracket of let's say let's say this is your frame, then you have a bracket going up and the pivot point is higher. And then above the pivot point is basically the frame. So the build-up is a lot higher. So I looked it up online to find a picture to show you, but I don't want to risk things here because, you know, I copyright things and stuff like that. But I hope you can envision it. The build-up is for sure higher than 6 inches. And our goal is to stay as low as possible with the whole build-up, right? So, Mr. Bees 9912 had a question. Can you expand on the reason of why the main rails of subframe had to have a V-notch or angle cut in the front? Yes, I can get to that, but unfortunately not on a kind of engineering point of view, because I'm not really an engineer. I didn't came up with that. I just read it, and I read it on the Mercedes-Benz guidelines, basically. What I do is now I can show you, for all these people, they have a Mercedes. This is a very, if you didn't know so far, you know, this is a valuable information. You can basically go onto the Mercedes-Benz platform and get some guidelines, information about your truck. The archive goes back to the mid-80s. So, and how you do that is following. So you put in your browser bar that link. I will spell it out for you. bb-portal.mercedes-benz-trucks.com/en for English and then /global. And then you click that. Now you get guided onto the Mercedes webpage. And here you scroll down and you click trucks. Not special trucks, because these are kind of like Unimogs and I don't know, dump truck or so, or maybe garbage trucks and stuff like. I don't know. I haven't done it. I'm just guessing. But you click trucks, and then information, engineering and information. That window here. So there you go. And then you wait a little bit, unless you have a faster internet. And all these trucks which Mercedes produced in the past, like up to the newest, the current models, you know, they appear. So you go down all the way to the bottom, and then you see here Mercedes LK, MK, and SK. So just for explanation, I do not have an SK. I have an MK, the middle class kind of thing, because that's a truck from 12 to 26 ton. Okay, so now you go with the cursor over it, and then you go on information. Click that. So, and then you see here technical data, body, equipment, mounting directives, and archive. Right? You're just at the bottom. Required for your bodybuilding solutions. Unfortunate. The most of those links are only in German. You can see here DE for German, for Deutsch. Basically the link for my truck, built 92, so before that, but after that, so I choose this one, go for DE. So, and that's what it looks like. Yeah, so these are basically building guidelines for trucks. So when I scroll down, I went through it. I know it's page number 49. Yes, here it is. So page 50. Okay, you can see here, here's an angle cut. So from 15 to 45 degree. And here's a V-notch cut, right? Which I choose to have. And then, I know I can tell you a lot, but here is written the first sentence. Yeah, you can see, die Längsträger sollten nach Möglichkeit an ihrer vorderen Enden und so forth and so on. And what I did is I typed this out. I can't copy it, but I typed that into Google Translate. Yeah, the same sentence, just the first sentence. And it says, if possible, the longitudinal members should be designed at their front ends in such a way that the gradual profile transition is guaranteed. Okay? So, next week or this coming week, I will basically get on to the bottom part. You know, the bottom platform needs to be basically finished. So today, this morning, I picked up the floor trusses. They are right there as a pile. You can see I will weld them in here, you know, and then show you that in the next video. So stay tuned, you know, next week. And if you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing and leave me a like. Thank you.